Hey guys, back with another video. In today's video, I'm gonna show you guys how to change the hinges of this Ford Fiesta. That's right, the hinges right there. That's what we're gonna change, both of them, top and bottom. And remember in my last video, I actually had a smashed door, and then I replaced it from the junkyard with this brand new door, which is super clean, super cool. But there's one issue: it doesn't close, right? It doesn't close. I have it tied up here with electrical wire. Well, that's the only way I can tie it up, right? But now I'm gonna show you guys how to actually fix the hinges so this door can fit properly. Now again, it was just me, so I couldn't actually lift the door properly. So that's why most likely it doesn't. That's why it's this height fit it that way. But remember, my old door at least closed, right? The old door that was smashed at least closed. So I'm wondering, maybe I didn't lift it up good to tighten it up so I could be at least at the proper level. But either way, the hinges are off, right? It got hit by the car. You see the little hole right there? I think you guys could pretty much see it. See that hole? It's pretty off center. So that's what we're gonna do. Change it, make it center, move it a little bit until make it fit, right? So again, in this video, I'm showing you guys how to change the hinges. And we're gonna start with removing the electrical wire. There, right? So now that I removed the electrical wire, you guys see the door is free, it's open. Made a little mark right here, but hey, doesn't matter. We could paint over it, we could tape it a little bit, and as you guys see, I have to lift up and it has to actually move all the way right there. Now the door is a proper door. I checked online already. I double checked. The door fits this year's car model. It's just 1 year difference and it fits properly. So it's just the hinges. Now I did go to the junkyard, and you guys can see I got the hinges right here, which I'm gonna show you how to change it. Well, to begin with, we're gonna need a drill. We're gonna need a hammer drill to actually, I'm gonna show you guys why, but we need a hammer drill and we need the bits, right? So you need the bits to do that. And we obviously need tool sets to actually remove the bolts, right? So I'm explaining you right now. Why do we need the hammer drill? Because, as you guys can see, in my old hinge, there's a screw right there. So this is a screw, it goes actually inside, right? Now again, there's multiple ways to do it. If you guys want to actually remove the car interior and actually unscrew the bolt that's inside, like I showed you guys in the hinge. But you see, I'm not the type of person to actually mess with the car interior and then put it back because it's not going to be the same, right? You guys know door panels, when you remove them the first time, you put them back on, they're never the same. They're wobbly and you don't want that, right? So I'm going to show you guys how to actually do it without messing the car interior. Even though this is a junkyard card, even though it's a salvage card, obviously we could have done it, but see, this is a dash and this is a compartment. It's gonna be too much of a hassle, right? So I'm gonna show you guys a little shortcut how to do it without actually messing with it. But before again, we're gonna remove the door. Now on every door we have hinges and we got that one screw right there. You see that? Now this one screw, we're gonna remove it, and it's gonna be the first screw removed. Afterwards the hinges, right? Also don't forget the wires I'm gonna show you guys, and don't forget. I'll bring you guys a little car washing detail. So you guys see this car is a mess, super mess. You guys see the headlights right there, super mess. So I'm gonna show you guys a video before and after I do a professional car wash detail. All right, detail. I'm gonna clean the whole interior and the outside as well. All right, so stay tuned, subscribe, and watch the next video. So remove this little screw right here. Quickly comes off, boom, and now we're gonna move to the next step. On this next step, we're gonna remove these screws, but before that, we're gonna remove the wires that are right here. This is super easy as well. All I gotta do is pull back the rubber, and we got it hooked up right here by this little bracket, right? Quickly, just remove it, bring it out. It comes out easily. There we go. First part off, second part off, and that's it. Remove it, right? We're gonna remove these two wires that are connected. Simple. Get a flathead screwdriver if you're not able to actually do it with your hands. These are kind of already loose since I already did it with the flathead screwdriver. Flathead, but if you can't, just toggle with it, press the button. They should come out fairly easy. don't overdo it, because if you rip them, obviously you break it, and then it's not gonna work properly. And all these wires are to function the door, right? See, I can't do it. Flathead screwdriver. There we go. There we go. See that? Took it off. Now we're good to go. That way, when we remove the hinges, it's not gonna get stuck on those wires. It's not gonna rip the wires, right? So it's gonna be much easier. So now all we gotta do is remove the screws. Right here, we got 4 screws. You guys want to see a little bit closer? We got 4 screws, 1 on top, 1 on the bottom, and then we got 1 right here, right? Same thing on the bottom. We got 1 right here on the body, and 1 on top and 1 on the bottom, right? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get that going. We're gonna unscrew that real quick, real easy, no problem. All right, it's not working. Extension for a bit. All right, there we go. Make sure you always get a hand on the door so it won't fall down, because if it falls down, it's gonna hit the door and it's gonna damage either way, right? So make sure you put a hand on the door so it won't fall down. Afterwards, super cool. It falls down, and we're good to go, right? Again, my car's a mess. Right here, we got the screw right here, which we're gonna unscrew it. Cool. There we go. Don't lose these screws, because we're gonna reuse them again, and the bottom one as well, right? Show a little picture right there. The bottom one as well. There we go. But we have another issue, right? It doesn't come off. Why? Because of that screw in the back, right? So I'm gonna show you. This is the top screw I took off from the junkyard. Now this screw, obviously, it goes screwed right here. It goes screwed inside, right? There's no way to remove it. As you guys can see right there, tried my best, and I couldn't remove it, right? It's welded into this frame of the hinge, and it's a exact replica. But the thing is that the screw is not properly aligned. That's the only issue, right? We have to move it so it can be properly aligned in the circle. And again, this one is held by a screw by a nut bolt from the inside. So there's no way of actually going inside unless we mess with the interior. We're not gonna do that. We don't wanna do that. We wanna actually do it without messing with the interior, because if not, it's not gonna stay the same, right? Same thing in the bottom. We don't wanna mess with the interior. So we're gonna show you guys how to actually remove it without messing with the interior again, right? Again, this goes screw right there. We already took out the screw, and now we're gonna find a way to how to remove it. How are we gonna do that? By using a rotator hammer, all right? This is a rotator hammer. This is what I got. This is what I took in the junkyard. What I did, again, was I started drilling through this hole, which is the one holding right there, because my thought was actually to drill until the screw actually fell off, right? I thought you keep drilling, you break the little thing, break the frame around it, and the screw would come off, and I could easily taken it off, right? But I wasn't able to. Another way you could do it is actually just chop off the screw, right? You get a saw, you chop off the saw, but I didn't have one, and I don't have one right now either. You could do that, but if your saw is not strong enough, then it's not gonna work, right? Also, you have to make that little space for the saw right here. But this is right close, right? Not able to move. I tried it with a screwdriver, with a flathead, and it doesn't really barge, right? I'm gonna show you guys right now in a minute. So again, another way you do it is so again, if you need the space to make the saw, right? So what you can do, you put a flathead screwdriver and just keep knocking it in, right? To make that space. And as you can see, there's gonna be a little space, a little gap you can do, right? I don't have my hammer, but this will do just fine. Now you still need a space to actually cut the screw, and the screw is all the way to the left side, right? So you could possibly go to the other side and do the same thing, but it's just not enough space, right? So again, what I started doing is I use the rotating hammer, right? The rotating hammer, what it does is that it starts drilling. So when it starts drilling, I started drilling to this little part right here. Started drilling, just like I'm showing you the other hinge. Right here, this whole mess, and what it did is that it rattled it, it shook it a lot, that the nut started getting loose. When it started getting loose, I opened this little thing right here, and it actually comes off, right? It comes off, and you can actually feel the screw that's right there stuck inside, right? So you feel the screw right there. You can't actually put a little. You can't actually put any type of what's it called any type of tool or any type of wrench or any type of attachment to actually remove the screw. So that's what I did, and that's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna rattle it. Why? Because I don't want to open the interior. I want to keep it the same sturdy as the way it is from the factory. If not, it's gonna be all falling apart. Maybe I could do the same, but as I checked in the junkyard, I couldn't find a little hole right there. I have to actually remove the whole thing, and I didn't like that, right? The bottom one though, we can easily just remove the panel right here in the back, and we have a hole just like this one to actually put an attachment, an extender, and we can remove it. So we're probably gonna do that one in the bottom, but for the top, we're gonna do the rotating drill.